Namaste students. So next we are going to learn about the next type of retailer is factory outlets. So this is also one kind of retail business which we have to study under retail marketing. So now we are going to understand what exactly factory outlets. As the word or the name itself says, factory outlets. So it is an outlet which is directly by a factory. So usually just think in general sense, when you will get a direct factory sales, like sales from direct factory or production plant, when you are going to get this kind of opportunities or products or an advertisement you are going to see. See, this is the outlet where the product has been produced in excess, more than the standard which is fixed by the company. If the production is more than the standard or what expected, so that will be supplied to nearest outlet which is called as factory outlet. So there exactly we are going to sell this product with along with a very good discount. So we offer a very good discount for such kind of sales activities. So such kind of sales activities itself we call it as a factory outlet. So you have to remember this, that is when there is a excess production that is more than the standard production, and that will be supplied to an outlet which is in the vicinity or which is in the circle of that particular production plant. So that is exactly we call it as a factory outlet. So let us understand what your book says. So that is what I have highlighted over here. So you can look at those points. So I'm reading out the same thing. Factory outlet, that is, these are the retail stores which sells items that are produced in excess quantity. So try to understand that which are the goods produced in excess quantity at a discounted price. So there will be a discount on such kind of products. These outlets are located in the close proximity of manufacturing units or in association with other factory outlets. So for this we can have very good example, that is Nike, Bombay Dyeing factory outlets. So where the excess production that will be supplied to the nearest outlet and it will be sold at a discount price. So that is what exactly we call it as a factory outlets. So next is catalog showrooms. So next category or next type of retailer is catalog stores, showrooms. So what is this catalog showrooms? See, as the word only says here also, the catalog. Catalog means it is a collection of design which is in a printed form. So that is in the book or in the flyer or in some sheets. So the designs are printed. So that printed designs we have to select. So on that basis we are going to buy some product by placing an order. So here you don't get any kind of ready items. So you don't get to see any ready items there, So you have to look into the pictures or look into the images or look into the catalogs and you have to select particular catalog. So by noting down that the design number or name of the design or from where that design has come from, so everything will be noted and an order will be taken from you. After getting order, so your order will be placed from the seller. So he is going to bring that product and he is going to sell. So this kind of business is exactly called as catalog. So this is in general sense. Let us understand. So what exactly literally means catalog showrooms means. So these retail outlets keep catalogs of the products. So I said they are going to keep a catalog. Catalog is nothing but collection of designs which is kept in the form of designs, clear, in the form of images or in the form of books or in the form of flyers, so in any one kind of manner. So here catalogs of the products for the consumers will be provided to refer the consumer needs to select the product. So here consumer is going to select the product according to his need. So to select the product, so write its product code and hand it over to the clerk. So he is going to select the design, he is going to write the number, he is going to make a note of that design number. So after making a note of that particular design number, the clerk is going to note it down, and the clerk will go and manages that whatever selected product from the company's warehouse. So he is going to, that particular clerk is going to get those selected product from the company's warehouse. So that is what exactly we call it as a catalog showroom. So here we have few examples. So that is Agro from the UK. So United Kingdom has such kind of business. So that company name is Agro, and India's retail, that is Hypercity, has joined hands with Agro to provide a catalog of over 4,000 best quality products in the categories of computers. So the same way we can look at that kind, like in home furnishing or electronic or cookware, fitness, jewelries, etc. Yes, of course, in India, you know, like jewelry shops. So where you will find n number of catalogs. By looking into that particular catalog, you are going to place an order with your goldsmith, and that goldsmith will design that particular product according to your catalog design, isn't it? So the same way we can see nowadays in metropolitan cities or in tier 2 cities, even like girls will go with some catalogs or pictures. So they're going to show that particular pictures to their tailors, and the tailors has to stitch the cloth according to that particular catalog. So that is what we call it as a catalog showroom. So this is another type of retail business which we are dealing in India. So till now, whatever we have discussed, that is all about the store based retailing. So now we are coming to the concept called non-store based retailing. So what is this exactly, non-store based retailing? So can you look at that point, non-store based retailing? What is that point clearly telling? Non-store, there is no store, but there is a retailing. I believe you understood by reading that particular line. So exactly correct, that is virtual retailing. I'll make it simple, so that I call it personally as a virtual retailing, because there is no physical existence of shop, there is no physical existence of showroom, but still you will get to know, or you will get to see everything, design, color, price, everything on the tip of your finger. So that is through online business or e-business. So let us understand the meaning of this. So a form of retailing in which sales are made to customers without using physical stores. So there is no any physical existence of store, is known as non-store retailing. Non-store retailers use different medium to communicate with their customers. So they use many ways to reach out their customers and speak to them. So generally they adopt a direct marketing, direct selling, vending machines, etc. to market their products. Non-store retailing is a boon to such customers who are time conscious and who are unwilling to visit shops. So today we are living in a 21st century, so where time has become more precious and more important and more expensive. So in such a case, majority of the people or majority of the class are working class. So they don't hardly find time for shopping and all. So they wanted to have a convenient time to do a shopping activity. For that, they have selected non-store retailing, so which I personally call it as a virtual stores. So only virtually you can see, it is visible, where you can see the products according to your wish, the brand you want, the price range you want, everything in detail you are going to get. So here what is exactly non-store retailers and what kind of goods offered by them? So we have to understand that also. So now let us understand non-store retailers. So what kind of goods they are going to offer and what type of work conditions they do have. See, very simple. So when I said the non-store retailers means what you have understood. So I said virtual store also. So which is available or which is accessible 24 bar 7. So that means what? Round the clock they will be functioning. That is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year. So they will function every time according to your convenience. You can go, you can visit this virtual store and you can select whatever the product you want and in what price range you want in that particular large collection of goods and services. So that is what exactly we call it as a non-store retailing business. So let us understand according to this given information. That is, non-store retailers offer good number of services such as round the clock sales. So that is, round the clock means 24 hours a day and 7 days a week and obviously 365 days a year. So delivery at the doorstep of the customers. So goods will be delivered to your doorstep. You need not to step out of your house. So you will get a deliver to your doorstep. That is the speciality of this. So next, we can understand that, and the time of their choice, electronic retailing is still increased the growth and development of non-store retailing. So this electronic business has increased the number of trading activities. So there is a very good growth is going and there is a very good development is going. So that is because of non-store retailing. So here non-store retailing again that can be divided into two types. So that is, one is direct selling and another one is distance selling. So direct selling and distance selling. So what is this direct selling? So how this works? So it is very simple. You can understand very easily. Direct selling means there is a contact between the seller and buyer directly. So that is what we call it as a direct selling. But it might not be a physical existence. That's all. You have to understand. Physical presence is not a matter. Your buyer and seller getting connecting is the matter. Clear? So they can get connected with varieties of ways. Lot of means and ways they can get connected into. Through a database, through a telecalling, or through advertisement, through a tele advertisement, or through a newspaper advertisement, or through a magazine advertisement. So in any form they are coming into contact. That is what we call it as a direct selling in general sense. So let us understand what your book says. So that clearly says it is the form of retailing where the retailer is in direct contact with the consumer. So you should understand and you should make a point of this. That is, it is the retailing where the retailer is in direct contact with the consumer at the workplace or at home. So it might be at workplace or it might be at home. So the consumer becomes aware of the product via email or phone call from the retailer. So a consumer can get the information about the product over a telecall or over a mail. So or over any other form, or through an advertisement on the television, or through an internet advertisement. But the seller hosts a party for interacting with people. You might have seen there will be some parties which is arranged by some sellers. So where they wanted to interact with the people, then introduces and demonstrate the product. So in that particular party, they are going to introduce their product. In that particular party, they are going to demonstrate their particular product. So where the people are going to get to know about that particular product. So their utility and the benefits, buying and selling happen at the same place. So in that particular place, buying and selling happens. The consumer itself is a distributor. Try to understand who is the distributor here. The consumer itself a distributor. For example, Amway and Herbalife, multi-level marketing. So Amway India Private Limited, Tupperware and Modi Care Limited, etc. So that is Herbalife is one of the most important thing, which is like booming like anything, and even that Modi Care is also one of the best example for such kind of business activities. So where a particular event or particular small party will be organized, and where a group of people are also assembled, and they used to get a demonstration of their particular product, and it will be promoted. So now let us understand about the advantages of direct selling. Number one, increases income. So obviously, see, the consumer itself a distributor. So highlight that particular point. What exactly saying? Who is the distributor? So that is consumer. Consumer is going to get the income or not? Yes, of course, because nobody distributes the goods and services at free of cost. Today nobody is ready to do charity. So everybody wants a return. So on their effort, on their time spent. So when consumer become a distributor, obviously that distributor will be compensated. So that leads to an additional income for the consumer. Through that there will be an increase in the income of the consumer. Second one, decreased overhead expenditure. Obviously you need not to have a shop. So then you need not to pay rent, you need not to pay electricity bill, you need not to pay such kind of other maintenance expenditure. Clear? So obviously you need not to have a salesman or distributor, because salesman and distributor are consumer by themselves. So obviously what happens here? The overhead expenditure, so called selling and distribution, office and administration will be very less or minimum, we can say. So next is flexible scheduled. See, customers are coming online on their own preferred time, and whenever they want, within that 24 hours they might visit. So it is a flexible. So when you look at the schedule, so if you wanted to buy an ordinary in an ordinary shop or the physical existence stores, so they are restricted to some time limits, and there will be week off. Some days they don't function also, or some day they will declare holiday also. But virtual shops, they never close down. So that is flexibly scheduled. For example, now lockdown is going on, seal down is going on, no shops are open, but still your virtual stores are open. So that is the biggest example I can give at this point of time. So next is discount on product. Obviously you will get a large discount. Every day there will be a some or the other offer you are going to get. During festive season you are going to get very best offer, and you might get cashback offers. So there are lot of offers, that is especially concerned with the discount on prices. That is also one of the most important thing you have to understand. So tax benefit, how we will get a tax benefit? So tax benefit in the sense, so we are going to get some of the exemptions. So that is another most important point which you have to highlight while writing about direct selling. So next is more incentives. So when you sell the more, obviously you will get more incentives. So that is also one of the more important thing. So when your sale increases, automatically your incentive also increases. When your incentive increases, that leads to your more sales or more productive activities. So that is what gives, that is more incentives, and people also get attracted because every day there are offers which is given in that kind of a business. Next is cultivates business skills, everybody will get a business skill. So because business is very important today, so that too the present situation, so we have to create jobs for the people. So it is not, we should not create a people who wants to apply for the job. We have to create the people, one who could give the job to the people. So that is what creative business skills. So here the people are going to get skills, because automatically, see, one who deals in a Tupperware business, automatically, knowingly or unknowingly, they'll become a professional salesman. If you look at Herbalife, the same thing is happening. So all the consumers of that particular Herbalife, they are gaining a skill of a salespeople. So they are understanding the strategies to be adopted, the techniques to be followed to impress the customer and to increase the sales of their particular